Welcome back to the channel, you guys. We are here on this Saturday for another Safemoon video. Today we're going to go over a few things. One is going to be the chart levels that I've been watching intently for a new buy or an entry position on Safemoon. Unfortunately, it hasn't dipped past that level, but we're going to have a look at the charts and keep up with the volume and everything that we've been looking for. Secondly, we're going to take a look at the 1.2 update on the iOS. I have had some issues with the reflections showing up, so I'm going to show you exactly what I'm seeing. Right now, I'm actually updating my iPad to make sure there's no updates or anything that I can do from my end to help that process out. I did read a little bit into it and saw other folks were having some issues. So if you've experienced this, please feel free to leave your comments below and let us know what you've seen or maybe some possible fixes that help that out. As always, guys, if you do enjoy the video, please feel free to subscribe for other trading videos and also go take a look at some of the other videos I have on my channel as well. Alright guys, let's go have a look at those numbers. Okay guys, here we are on bitscreener.com. I have the 40 level highlighted in red, and this is the reason that I was looking at this for the buy level. As you can see, there have been multiple touches. This is a 6-month chart. We had the touch here in May, and then the rejection where it actually found it as support and then went a lot higher. This was a really key level here throughout the month of June, and I was really trying to compare the volume level from what we've seen in this time from June to July to where we're at right now in November. And you see that it actually really used the 40 level as a really clear line of support. Unfortunately, once the volume started dipping down and we see that this simple moving average, the 50 simple moving average started moving down closer to that level, is when we actually lost that as support, and that's when we had the continuation down here. Now, in the past few days, I would say maybe since I made my video about this, maybe in 2 weeks ago, I've really been keeping my eye on this because I've been putting money in BNB. That way, once it does dip, I can start tranching in basically portions. Once it drops below 40, maybe put in 25%, give it about a week, see where it goes from there, add another 25%, and so on and so forth. And maybe if we get a large enough dip, I can go ahead and put a larger amount of money into Safemoon. So what we've had happen, unfortunately, for the past few days is Safemoon just does not want to go below that level. So we're going to go into the monthly chart. That way we can get a little bit better view of where the levels have sat. This right here, and it's really easy to see with this dotted line, this is exactly the level that I was looking at. We had a run up to 70 when we had all the news around Shiba come out and all the instant billionaires overnight. So this was all this activity that was moving up. You can see the volume just picked up really heavily when everybody started buying in. Then we had the drawback, and now we're starting to form another plateau as far as volume goes. Now, if you'll see, the volume level really isn't as low as it was during these other months where we had the drop down into the ones, but it is getting close to the level here where we had in September, where we were sitting right around these prices right here. Now this was also really low as far as prices go, but the volume level is really what I want to keep an eye on, because obviously when volume drops down, you start to see a drop in price just because there's not a lot of trading going on. I'm going to look at this just as I would a stock on a day trading chart. So the funny thing is, it probably did drop below 40 for about 5 seconds. I wasn't able to grab that, but this is the level right here, guys. I want to continue watching this because, as you can see, we are definitely in a trend down. We're trending down really heavily right now. If you can see from this point, it's really hard to draw a trend line on crypto just because we're dealing with levels that are so minute that even a small amount of movement can cause a peak or a valley. So I really don't go by that kind of trend line. What I'm looking at is volume when it comes to buying and selling, and that's really what I'm going by as far as a trend. And right now I'm looking flat, looking like we're plateaued. So I want to keep my eye on this. I'm still intent on waiting for a dip below 40 before I buy anymore. If I do get some more money, honestly, I made a decent percentage on the money I put in BNB just to sit there and wait. So that's a good investment right now, to where I can sit there and accrue a little bit of percentages here and there on BNB. And when Safemoon finally does get to my purchase levels, which is going to be below this right here, I'll have some extra money to go ahead and start tranching into Safemoon. So we're going to jump over and have a look at my iPad as soon as it finishes updating, see the reflection issue that I was seeing, and maybe have a look and see some of the other updates while we wait for those reflections to come in. Hopefully they'll come in within the next day or two. I hope I'm not having this issue for a prolonged amount of time, but if so, that's all right. We know they're still working on the app, and we can always expect updates in the future. Okay guys, I have fully upgraded my iOS version on my iPad, as well as went back through and definitely upgraded to the V1.2 app with Safemoon. So we're going to zoom in a little bit here to see if we can't get a clearer picture, and then I want to show you exactly what I'm experiencing right now. So when I do click on the Safemoon wallet, it is launching, and I'll spin it around here so I can log in with my thumb there. And one thing that everyone has noticed is that the price update doesn't always update automatically according to what you have in your Trust wallet, because I definitely have a little bit more money in my account right now with Smart Chain before I transfer it over to Safemoon. Now the tokens, I do like the way that you can click on this and actually bring up a chart. I really do appreciate that, because you can go and look at the charts that we were viewing earlier if you would like to do a little bit more deep diving, and you can actually bring up all the way back to 3 months ago, and you can see those levels that we were discussing earlier. I really do like that function. Do the same thing with the Smart Chain. I was able to go in and click on calculate. Everything was fine there. When I went to reflections, now this is what I was discussing earlier, that it doesn't show your actual reflection count from when you had actually bought on the iOS. It looks like there are some issues. So that's why I went through. I wanted to make sure I had everything updated, reinstalled, all that good stuff. And then I tried to go to Reddit and see if there were any tips or tricks that folks had used besides reinstalling or just giving it time. So I really didn't find anything useful, unfortunately. I did see a lot of people say try a different version, reinstall. They had also ran into the issue on Trust Wallet, and they had to wipe the app and reinstall the app. So I'm not sure if this is just a time, or maybe the app needs to actually be fixed. I'm going to do a little bit more research into this. But the other reason I brought this up is because I was having an issue earlier where I would click on the enable or disable here, and when I would do that, it would actually lock the app up for an amount of time. So I kind of thought, I was like, wait, is something actually wrong with the app, or is that because it is trying to update this selection here? I wasn't sure if this was part of the issue of why the reflections weren't coming through. So I noticed, like, once I would click on that advanced data mode, it would completely lock the app up. So the only way to get out was to go ahead and close Safemoon and then reopen the app. Now, if you don't click on that, I didn't have any issues, getting back out of that screen. So I was able to, click on reflections and then go back to my tokens, and I didn't have any issues there. But when I would click on that, this advanced data mode piece right here, again, you could see that it clicks on it automatically right there. But once I did that, sometimes it would lock up, and then there you would see there would be nothing wrong. So it was just a little strange there, and there it go, it just locked up again. So this is one of the issues that I've noticed so far after updating. I do know the tracker is working for folks that have it on the Android. So if you guys want to go down to the comments section and let anyone know if there's any tips or tricks that you know of that have helped, maybe we can share some information with each other on YouTube and get that out there. Thanks again, you guys, for coming by. I hope those levels were helpful, and I'm definitely going to continue to update if I see any fixes or get any information to help with this. All right, have a good weekend, guys.